All right, I'm gonna take a seat. Let's get into this. Okay. All right. So first of all, the paradox I'm referring to is that a lot of people will get into this simply in order to get more attraction from females. And like, okay, so if you're retaining for a period of time, certain things are going to happen. Like physiological changes are going to happen. Your skin's going to look better. You're going to glow. You're going to be more healthy. You're going to have more energy. You're probably going to start eating less crappy food because you just don't need, you're not having those cravings like you used to have because you're energized naturally. You know what I'm saying? So like all of those things will equate to you just kind of like looking and sounding better and being more confident and all of that. And it's like, of course, those are attractive qualities to women. But it's so much deeper than that. And the paradox is that if you're retaining in order to achieve that, you aren't gonna, it's not gonna happen as much. Like it happens the most to the people who are retaining for themselves, you know, as an act of self-respect, as an act of self-love, and as a way of obeying God's commandments. Like when it's truly like a sincere spiritual practice, and it's not about getting girls. It's really not. And when it's really not about that, that's when the female attraction really ramps up. And then the funny thing is, like, you don't care. You just don't care. I mean, part of you, yeah, like we still have egos, and like part of us is like oh yeah, she's feeling me, cool. But like really you don't care because you're not trying to get anything anymore. You've exited that mentality to such an extent that you are totally chilling. You're in your zone. You don't need anything from anybody. You're not looking at women like they're objects anymore. You're looking at them like they're human beings, like they're souls, just like you are. And they can sense that, and they respect that, and that makes them feel safe, and they want to be around that. And guys that don't have those qualities, guys that don't retain, guys that are still in that cycle, right? You're just like another one of the flock. You cruising around with the turkeys instead of soaring with the eagles, right? And women, man, why do they want a turkey when they could have an eagle? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you want, you know, this is just cliche but true stuff. Like you want to fly with the eagles, you can't walk with the turkeys. You know, and so like you stand out in a crowd naturally because you're not doing what most men are doing. And the longer you're on the path, you start to make something of yourself, and your charisma and your personality and your confidence starts to skyrocket, and you start to find your purpose, and you're driven by that, and you don't want to be distracted by females anymore. So you're paying less attention to them, and that kind of drives them crazy. And then they want your attention. They crave for your attention because they're not getting it, and they can't figure it out. And also, thing is, like, the farther you go on this path, the girls that want attention, like in the lustful way, like they wear like revealing outfits and they shake their butts and whatever, it's like you don't resonate with that anymore. It's like that stops being attractive. And that's a beautiful thing, because then you get to be a man who is not supporting that low vibrational activity, because these women are just disrespecting themselves. They're selling themselves short, man. No, you know, this is no disrespect to women. It's quite the opposite, man. It's like I respect women more than ever these days, and I don't want to see them doing that. Like you're better than that, you know. And if you want to attract low vibe guys, yeah, okay, go ahead. Wear skimpy outfits and shake your butt online. You're going to attract low vibe guys, and then you're going to be another one of those girls. It's like, why can't I find the right guy? Why are they all assholes? The men only want one thing. Well, maybe that's because you're attracting those type of dudes for a certain reason. You know what I'm saying? Like. And then it's like the dudes like us that retain, man, we're just on a whole other frequency. It's different. And they notice that. How could they not? They catch on. You stand out. It's almost like you're like a celebrity or something. They're like, what's up with this guy? What's like, he's just, you know, and they notice too, because most of us, like, we tend to be alone a lot. Like, I'm celibate. I'm alone all the time, man. I love it. I prefer it this way. So I came out to the woods, man. It's just like sometimes I need a break from all the noise, and I just got to get out here. Just be with the trees, man, because the trees are about as real as it gets. They're some of my favorite people, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, being alone and just being like really content with yourself and staying in your own zone, you know, that's what attracts women. It does. But then this, like I said, the irony is like, well, but you're not, that's not what you're after anymore. And the same goes in reverse, by the way. Like women that are in their own stuff and they're confident and they're not like in this like, where's my Prince Charming? I need a man. Oh, like that. Desperation is a stinky cologne, right? That's what they say. And it goes both ways, either way. Like nobody wants to be with a needy person, right? Because then if you have a relationship with a needy person, it's going to be codependent. Guaranteed, and nobody needs a codependent relationship. Those are harmful to both people involved every single time, right? So we want to get away from that stuff. All right. So that's really what it is when it comes to female attraction on SR. And, like I said, I want to emphasize that point. Like the irony here is that if we're in this not for the female attraction, that's when it's going to ramp up the most, and it's cool, whatever. It's like, you just got to stay in your zone and don't let that be, it's a test. It's a test. Because also like on the spiritual level, it's like God sees what you're doing and God understands that you're becoming very, very strong and powerful. And so just like in the Bible, just like, everybody gets tested when they're on the spiritual path, right? And so the female attraction, you could think of it, it's a test. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to let it go to your head? Are you going to relapse? Are you going to fall short? Are you going to start, getting distracted? Or are you going to stay the course and stay focused and be patient, right? It's not like we're swearing off women forever. It's just that like we're focused on other stuff now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, as men, we should be leaders. And at some point, on the journey, maybe the right woman comes along, and if you stay the course long enough, your discernment is so high and you've cultivated all this wisdom that you'll be able to tell. And then you'll actually be able to be a really good partner to that person, whoever it happens to be. You can provide and actually be in your masculine role like the way it's supposed to work, right? Because the female should be like the nurturing, presence, and the man should be like the strong, grounded leadership, provider presence, right? But if we are not rich in spirit, in body, in mind, you know what I mean? It's like, what do we have to offer these women, right? And we should have enough respect for women to become men that really have something to offer, right? And so semen retention will absolutely, positively push you in that direction. Guaranteed, signed, sealed, delivered, if, full money back guarantee, you guys. You go 3, 4, 5 months retaining your seed and you don't see results, you can blame it on me, all right? I'll take the heat. It's all good. So, yeah, I think that's all I got for this video, you guys. It's a popular topic, but there's my take on it. And one last thing, by the way. This is I almost forgot. I wanted to mention this. So, as far as female attraction goes, like on the physical level. So I'm a guy that I have a pretty good body. I have a pretty nice body. All right. Like I'm still working on it. I'm not satisfied, but I'm not like, I'm pretty proud of where I'm at. I want to take it further. But the thing about that though, is like, this is facts. And this is like something I need you guys to know. Okay. Because a lot of guys, I get more attention from men than women for that, by far. It's always dudes that are like, damn, bro, how'd you do that? How are you so shredded? Blah, 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 blah. Dudes appreciate that more than women do. They just do. So if you have this idea that like, I'm going to get really shredded and then that's going to get me female attention, like, yeah, certain females, but not the kind that you really want to be messing with. Okay. And like, in my experience, it's funny, like I've tried so hard, I put in so much work to have the kind of body that I have. And it's like, really when it comes down to it, women don't care. They don't care about that. They need you to be stable, consistent, reliable, a leader, charismatic, intelligent, those are the things that matter the most to women, really, to real women. And as real men, we're looking for real women. We're not really looking though, are we? We're magnetizing. And then we get to have our choice, right? He's like, You get to have really high standards at a certain point. Like, you know, there's plenty of women out there and they're not going anywhere. So be patient. Just be patient, guys. All right. That's all I got for this video. If you like what I'm doing here, if you appreciate this, please hit the subscribe, the like button, share, comment, all of that. I'm under some kind of weird ban censorship because I talk about certain things that they don't like me talking about. So any engagement really, really helps counter that, and I appreciate that, you guys. All right, signing out.